Nope, don't want to need my... Don't want to use my bow. So yeah, we are playing a permadeath playthrough. Which means if this character dies, she's gone. And we've had that before. We've had characters die before. There's VODs of it, with proof. And we just had a very close call just then. Thank God she had a few healing potions. And also there's so many things that can kill us in this version. Like exposure, for instance. We got 2 hours remaining. And we still got the combat music going on. I mean... It's bugging out though. She doesn't seem to want to lie down or sit. Why? Alright. Oh! We can't do that because we're in combat. Okay, I see. How cold are we? Cold, and we can't get any warmer. Alright. So I guess we need to take care of that first. Aurlyn is already engaging, I think. I guess that's a hagraven up there, right? Very cold. Oh, they got fires over here though. Orphan Rock. Oh, good, I guess. Oh, fuck! That almost killed me. I'm not sure I want to deal with this right now. Thank God I took the health upgrades on my earlier levels. I'm freezing also. Great. There's another witch too. Can you take care of that, Aurlyn? Where's the hagraven at? I love that line. Hear the symphony of sundered hearts. Am I even doing any damage? Not sure I'm hitting. Oh, now it's healing itself? Great, just great. Almost dead. But that almost isn't enough for me, because one of those fireballs almost took me out earlier. And I'm out of healing potions, I think. God. Oh my god, I almost died again. I do have minor healing. Oh, I also have vigorous healing. Let's do that. She got awesome magic skills. Yeah. As I said, maybe... using Aurlyn as a follower is a bit of overkill, because she starts at level 15. So that might make stuff too easy? I don't know. But then again, this is nerve-wracking enough as it is. And also she's notoriously bad at drawing aggro for some reason. So people still attack me. So I guess that's alright. Also, if we level up fast enough, we'll be level 15 too, and then the enemies will be on our level. So... the flames lift your spirits. You are getting warmer. Thank God. Alright. Real warm. Alright, that's a good fire. It's better than the one I built. So... oh, there's a chest. You had a follow once that could spawn a dragon as help. Yeah, no, I don't wanna... make it too easy for myself. Also, where's the sweet spot here? Ow, I almost got it. Oh, that was too much. There we go. Lockpick increased. Novice Robes of Illusion. Petty Soul Gem. Minor Restoration. Sweet. God, that was close. There's also a Spriggan. Where's the hagraven? Spriggan sap, yes, thanks. Hagraven claw. Hey, there was another item, I saw it. Hagraven feathers. Nightshade. There's another chest as well. Amulet of Arche. Health by 10 points, yes please. An arrow, septim. We'll put on that amulet. Because I don't think I'm using any right now. File. Where'd that hagraven go though? I'd love to loot her. There? There we are. Crafting feathers, hagraven feathers, nettlebane. What are we at? 172. So that was quite the adventure. So now we go back to our tent. And then on to Ivarstead. It's got 1 hour remaining. Also, can we lie down now? If not, we might have to replace the tent. Oh no, alright, that worked. So while we warm up, let's have another little chat with Aurlyn.
Oh, what is it?
No, wait. First, I wanted to toggle the view.
The songs of the dead are the lamentations of the living.
Is that so? I have some questions
Indeed,
for you.
You must. What do you wish to know?
Aren't you cold in that armor?
Not at all. I require no heat or practical sustenance, for I draw my energy from ambient light.
Oh, really?
Should there be none to be found, then I am also capable of deriving the same from the ethereal spark that I hold ever near, or using infinitesimal amounts of matter as a substitute. can easily derive appropriate biomechanical products from nothing more than a single spark of light, for they are but one and the same. Such a process should be beyond the realm of cognition, yet I have ever maintained my physical self in this manner, and done so unconsciously and intuitively. I require that, at least, but I can go without respite for extended periods of time if I must. However, the longer I put this off, the harder it gets to contain the multitudes of all I meet, for these personalities remain as distinct entities within my mind, and are only loosely bound by my will.
You sure talk funny, Aurlyn.
True, but then again, my role has never been an easy one. I would gladly forsake all my abilities for but a simple set of farmer's clothes, yet I know that could never be my fate, for you and I are forever cast as sentinels against the void. Should we ever falter, then a tide of darkness shall spill forth, and bring an end to everything and everyone we hold dear. Those actions are nothing more than a facade, for I would prefer it if my alien traits were never used or known. I am capable of acting like any mortal in a convincing manner, yet will never truly walk among them. One day I might tire of my role and become a drunken lout just to see what it's like, but that day will not come today. You know me too well. This dress is nothing more than an illusion that I would have you perceive. To the greybeards I wear their cloth and robes, and to the mercenary wandering down the road I come equipped in a rugged set of armour. It has ever been my goal to pass unseen and unheard, never to be heralded as a hero or shunned as a villain, for such things would be my undoing, as all sought my aid or my demise. Indeed, I travel with you for this reason, for I can keep evil forever at bay without a second glance, and all would assign me no credit for my aid.
God, that's quite the pompous conversation we're having, considering I just asked about the dress. But, I don't know, she has something to say, I like that. I also like the writing on this. Is your appearance even real? Wait, is that a pickup line? Learning my pickup lines from Skyrim mods. As always.
Then the masses shall see no one by your side, yet I shall remain your shadow, and fight our foes as one, so that the world may never overtake us. I can fool all 5 senses as easily and equally as I have fooled your eyes, for this realm is but a dream, and I spin the yarn of hopes and fears. I wear nothing more than a simple set of red robes, yet to the eyes of many I appear exactly as they expect me to look. You're right, I was not always this way. Once, before time began, I was not dawn, but grim dusk, and brought about the doom of all. This was done with no noble intent, no promise of a new day to come. I used my powers as wildly and recklessly as a child with a sword in hand, for I knew that this world wasn't real, and nothing I did could bring harm to the outside world. Yet it was not an emissary that forced me to change my ways, but a fragment of a dream, one woven with such depth that I knew this world had just eclipsed my own. Indeed, shall I tell this tale for you to hear?
Oh god, okay.
I have awoken in many places, lived many different lives, walked many roads, and played many parts. My life may have begun on an Aldmeri ship, for this particular sequence of dreams, but in another life I woke, not on a ship, but in a palace of spun gold. Landscapes of such surreal and breathtaking beauty dominated the horizon that at first I thought I was looking at a massive painting, one crafted by a master artist. Yet this surprised me not, for I was that artist, and had shaped this world solely to suit my needs. Yes, not a world, but the world, for to me that was the only thing that was real. Somehow, in the back of my mind, I could still see the gears and clockwork around me, yet this troubled me not as I lived a life of dreams. With automatons to cater to my every whim, exotic locations to visit that defied all imagination, and wealth that defied counting, I quickly grew bored and started to hone in on the details.
So you like
The first
Q?
project was to create a sentient being that I could interact with as an equal, for this dream was but an early one, and no other spark could yet be found. I had help from another emissary, a visitor from the beyond who evoked your being in every thought and word, yet was somehow different in a fundamental manner. This traveller spoke of mind and personality, a way to split part of ourselves into random fragments that can grow and multiply without limit, and spark the worlds we choose to shape. They had already done the same in their own dream, and wished to help me achieve my ultimate goal. For centuries we toiled, examining every distant, dark corner of our minds, and having each aspect of ourselves embody a part of the world around us. Yet this was not enough for me, and on the eve of the awakening of all, I, without knowledge from my mysterious mentor, distilled from myself the aspects I love and hold dear, and used this knowledge to shape the first spark of sentience in my world.
You know, she's bullshitting us, isn't she? She seems to be like one of those people who... I mean, this all seems not very believable, but... Yet she's... I don't know, well-spoken enough to... have me halfway believe it? I'm not sure. She could just be charismatic in a kind of... introverted kind of way.
Very true. In hindsight, I should have expected this end, but I was drunk with power and the desire to create and interact with what should have been best left to
Oh,
darkness.
the fire went out.
As the last trace of light left my fingertips and solidified into a being that was made in my image, I gasped and stepped back, for this was the result of an eon, yet had enough cognition left to ask him his name. I am Somnus, the first from eternal sleep, answered my creation, and I smiled, for I knew I had created true sentience, a distinct entity from naught but myself, yet his words and actions were beyond my ability to predict or shape. One might think so, but at first we were always at odds. Somnus took a liking to the varied fragments of personality my mentor and I had seeded, and awakened, and even considered himself an equal to them, yet my mind was always on the horizon, shaping realms beyond my ken, and making real every whim that came to mind. Alas, even though he was but a mirror image of myself, and shared my ability to mould this world of dreams, Somnus chose to abstain, and instead began teaching and protecting the mortals who now inhabited my realm. Not directly, or at least not yet. I was content to let all mortals live their lives as they choose, and even reshape the world to suit their needs if they asked me to. But Somnus was determined to teach them of their origins and the nature of this world. I disagreed, for I feared such a revelation would bring chaos, rebellion and death, the first hint of strife in an otherwise perfect existence. But Somnus countered me by saying that this was already nothing more than a long, slow death. He sought out my mysterious mentor, who had faded into shadow, and asked the being to commit an act in his stead that would prove my word to be a lie, and all of existence to be but a dream. My mentor agreed, and the next day called an assembly in the halls of my golden palace.
Your golden palace, huh?
The beginning of the end. The mortals who had accepted my mentor's invitation stood amidst an endless sea of golden benches, whispering and waiting for something dramatic to happen. I emerged on stage at the appointed time, but my mentor was still absent. The whispering grew louder, and speculation ran wild into icy air, when my mentor appeared from stage left, and said, "Behold, everything you have ever seen, everything you have ever known, and everyone that you hold dear is nothing more than a moment in a dream." The being paused for dramatic effect, then waved a hand with an air of finality. Suddenly, half of the audience began to flicker, then faded without a trace. I have sparked Aurlyn's dream with naught but a whisper of thought, and brought from darkness half of those who walk the day. Now see the truth as I recall my work to the same. I heard no more of this speech, for an apocalyptic ray of fury had lit my heart aflame, and I channeled the same into a ray of light that sundered the very fabric of time and space, and tore my mentor from my world into the abyss beyond. Yet even as the evil entity was undone, it laughed, and I saw my world had been breached, and was unravelling at the seams. Yes, I cast a barrier of light over the breach, but I knew it would never hold, and that darkness would soon swallow everything and everyone I had ever made. Somnus looked at me with eyes like a pond under the night sky, and I knew he had no clue of my mentor's intentions. In that instant, I forgave him, and bade him to follow me with the speed of the swiftest breeze. We made our way to the palace roof, where darkness had already started to shroud the skies, and reality was coming undone before my eyes. I prepared the entirety of my power as I envisioned an impenetrable orb of light around my palace, one that would keep the darkness around us forever at bay. But Somnus said, "No, you forget. We are one and the same." This was meant to be, for only through dusk and the dark of night can there come a dawn. Use your powers to build a new and better world, and teach the sparks who walk the same to be as us, shapers of dreams.
That's quite the story, considering we were just talking about her dress. Also, we are getting quite cold, but the tent keeps us from freezing. We'll have to make a new fire in a while.
No. Instead, I wept, for I knew that day would never come. In this experience, I knew that I had not the right to create, nor the right to awaken those who might never be. Instead, I sought to save the only person I had ever held dear, yet never realised until our doom was at hand. We embraced, and I gazed into his eyes one final time, and for the first time in my life took another's mind and personality into myself, for I was never the shaper of sentience, but rather its keeper.
That's creepy.
Our minds met, and he knew what I intended, and even there he fought me. Yet I overcame his defences and absorbed his personality into my own, for I was surprised to find differed widely from that which I used to shape him, and could be said as having a life of its own. I realised that I had done wrong, and defied the rights of an equal, yet there was no other choice.
Assume you did that for a good reason. So, wait, am I getting this right? Did she just basically tell us that this was all in her head? Because we were saying, like, she was talking about a dream, right? Or did that actually manifest in any real meaningful way? I guess we'll never really know, right? We'll just have to take her word for it.
Yes, it was the only thing I could have done to save him. As our physical embrace ended, and with darkness lapping at our heels, I looked into his eyes again, and knew that he could see the
And was
battles
he ever
I fought
real?
on my own.
Or just like a figment of her imagination
Somnus
as
merely
well?
nodded, then cast himself into
Somnus.
the abyss. I showed no surprise, for I knew that was what he would do, and instead summoned the knowledge of every aspect of Somnus into my conscious mind. Then unleashed the power of 1,000 suns into a singular beam of light that encoded this data into the darkness above me, where it penetrated even the veil of eternal night, and could be recorded as a permanent and significant event in the world from whence I came, though I knew not if this was held in carbon or silicon. Then, with my
Silicon?
seemingly impossible feat done, I smiled, for I knew that one day I would meet and interact with all that is Somnus in a world that could be called real, devoid of the fabric of dreams, and perhaps apologise for my actions and get to know him in a more natural manner. Then, as the darkness crept around my chest, I whispered, "I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," before surrendering to its embrace.
Them atom bomb references. I am become death, destroyer of worlds. It is pretty deep, but also it was a world in her imagination, right? And she says, "Yeah, I made this guy up, and now I have his personality inside of me, without a trace left of him." I don't know, girl. I think you might just be suffering from like a split personality disorder or something. And you want to meet him in the real world? What, like a soulmate? I mean, how did he manage to live through being undone?
I thought I faced my final end, but that was merely the finale of my dream.
Yes.
The start of another's. After I was lost to darkness, I awoke on an old Mary ship and started my tale anew, yet learned from my failed world to never again hold love over the fate of the world, nor use my powers for the advancement of my own whims and desires. Instead, I gave myself the role of an eternal sentinel against the darkness that strives to rule the day, and swore to value, respect, and protect each spark of sentience that walks the new world of Nirn.
So, that dream world of hers, in her imagination, she got robbed of it or it got destroyed because her mentor kind of goaded her into it after she started using her powers too much for her own interest. I see. Nice parable about selflessness. Oh, I think that's all, right? That was quite the story. Interesting, though.
The winds of discord sow the seeds of redemption.
So now we've talked for so long. That instead of warming up by the fire, it actually went out and we almost froze to death in the process. So I guess you gotta watch out when you talk to Aurlyn. Could be taking a while. Oh, this is taking a while. Didn't I learn to light a fire faster? There we go. Camping perk progress increased. Oh, we don't have enough for a flickering campfire. We need to gather branches again. Alright. Flickering campfire. Also, what's that
Try to be careful.
hammering we're hearing? Seems like a blacksmith or something. So we'll sit again and just have her, like, recite a poem or something.
I'm right behind you.
Was that under? I have some questions for you, I think.
Indeed, you must. What do you wish to know? I can try. This is an old favourite of mine, and is considered a classic in Hammerfell. Searching amidst desert winds, a shadowed figure bent with time. Harsh wounds of words and blade, estranged lovers' spurned embrace. A wicked heart did shroud his eyes, treachery painted in crimson red. Banished to these lonely wastes, with naught a crime, but ever shunned. Helping hand of loyal friend, quest to seek bitter truth, from sand to tile at all peril, as light shone upon buried lies. Flash of steel, cry of pain, grim finality laid silent and still, forsaken now against the world, as justice exacted ultimate sacrifice.
Alright.
Darkness part before us.
So I guess we won't get any warmer here, huh? So let's get back up. What, am I still carrying too much? No, should be fine, because we're... we have our backpack back on. And destroy this and venture on. We're warm, but the air's bone chilling. Is she coming? Yes. So I guess we'll have to make camp quite soon again. We'll go this way. Chilly. I know there's... Oh, seems like we're close to a cave. I think there's bandits or something in front of it too. Oh wait. No, seems clear. Snowberries. Hamar's shame. Oh! Who's this? Who are you?
I've
Hunter.
been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Alright. We're cold. Who are these fellas? Oh, that's a patrol.
Need something?
Ugh, why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire anyway?
Don't bother me, peasant. I've had a long journey and paid too much coin on these gifts to be late to Vittoria's wedding.
Are we relieving you of these gifts now?
Indeed, if we ever get there. Hopefully these gifts will put us in her...
I mean, we are, I guess, like something like chaotic neutral. We are very cold. Okay, we need to make camp soon. So we aren't above stealing, but I don't think we'll be mugging travelers on the road. We're not evil. Where do I make camp? That's like an Imperial patrol. There's quite a lot of traffic on this road, actually. What is this? Just a ruin? Okay, we're freezing. I mean, we are almost in the reach now. Rift Mountain Pass. Right, let's make a fire. Oh, getting warmer. Good. So... yeah, 'cause we're in the... close to the wall. It keeps blocking the wind a little bit. What's in here though? A dragonfly. An alchemist shack. Is anyone around? Hello? Doesn't seem like it. I'll take some of the ingredients then. As I said, we are not mugging people, but also a journal. Coming to this area was a brilliant decision. The local forest seems to have many useful properties that I've been able to utilize into new potions. Outside, the rich soil has allowed the cuttings I've collected to grow into fine and bountiful plants. This afternoon, I think I will journey out for more mushrooms, as my current supply is beginning to dwindle. On a personal note, I have moved my alchemy work outside the shack. I find the midday air is a boon to my health, as well as inspirational to my work. The Ransom of Zarek. Nah. Lister word. Butterfly in a jar. Fire souls, frost souls. Oh, yeah, I'll take a couple carrots and apples, sure. Some garlic. Glow dust. The real Baronzaya. Potion a true shot for sure. And there's a barrel with some further ingredients. Also, I think I hear a wolf or something. See if we can make a potion or so. Also,
I was sure I heard something.
Oh. Yeah, you guys, I'm not stealing or anything. Walk along. Exposure cold. Minus 10 health, magicka and stamina regen. But my alchemy isn't harmed or something. Right, so can do this. Resist frost. Quite a lot of stuff to try out here. Oh, I shouldn't be using the fire souls, they're way too... way too... valuable. Death Bell... Lavender... Purple Mountain Flower... and Frost Miriam? Oh, 45 sneak! Look at that. That's a valuable potion. Nightshade and Lavender? I mean, I'll also try eating a couple of them to just learn about the first of their effects. Not those though. The Nightshade, damage health, well great. Nordic Barnacle, damage magicka, Pine Thrush Egg, River Batty, Scaly, Foliota, no, damage stamina, damage magicka regen. Oh. Right, no, nothing else I can brew, I think. You're cold and wet. The air is cool, you are getting colder. Right, then, do I make a fire? I mean, we're just outside of the Rift Mountain Pass, right? So we're in the Rift now, so it ain't so far to Ivarstead. Hamer's shame. Well, now the shelter blocks the wind getting warmer. Weird. Right. So the air's cool, you are getting warmer. What? Aurlyn? Did you just aggro on an enemy, or what did you go? There. spell progress increased. Something killed a wolf. That looks like an icy spike from like a wizard or something. Gotta be careful. Also my bird has marked something. What's that, a troll or something? A bear! Oh god, bears are freaking expensive. I had a character die to a bear. Freaking dangerous, I mean. Expensive. There's also a wolf. Okay. Four bear pelts? Are you serious? Spell tome lightning bolt? What? Guess the bear ate a sorcerer before or something.
Watch what you're doing.
So this will lead me to Ivarstead, won't it? God, I need to get to a tavern. There it is. Cold. Ivarstead discovered. Willemere Inn. Let's just head straight in.
Here, townsfolk live out their daily lives with hardly a care for anything else. Sometimes I wish we were fortunate enough to be ignored by destiny.
Welcome to the Willemere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
Let's take off a couple things here, like the face cover, also the travel cloak. Okay. We will then sit by this fire for a while and take a short break.
I think I saw it again. That ghost. It was over by the barrows.
That thing's evil, Lily. I told you to keep away from
See you in a bit, guys.
I'm sorry. I was curious. I didn't believe the stories. I won't go over there ever again.
See that you don't. I promised to keep you safe. I'm not going to break my word.